There's a way to stop the spread of coronavirus. There's a way to protect others. There's a way to keep your family safe. New York figured it out. The answer weighs less than an ounce. It's not a heavy lift. Be New York tough. Mask up, America.
And I am here with Kyle Ledlove, the quarterback for the Bluejackets. He is a kind of a St. Louis native. He's from the Metro East area. And can you tell us about where you're from and kind of how you wound up in this area?
First, I appreciate you having me. I got to watch the interviews with Coach, so this is something I've been looking forward to if it had opportunity. So thank you. But I'm from Belleville, Illinois. I lived there my whole life pretty much. And then I went to school at Millikan University, which is in Decatur, Illinois. And then after I graduated, lived in Miami, Florida for a little over a year. Then I came back home, and now I'm still in the area. Not in Belleville, but really close.
And kind of what kept you in the game of football after college? Because, a lot of times people – even after high school, that's their final game, or they may play a year in college.
Well, there was a flag football tournament that I played in every year during Thanksgiving that always kind of kept me playing. So I always kept the arm loose and in shape, and looked forward to that. And then I saw a opportunity to try out for a team that really never made it, and I tried out for the team. I heard about the tryout, showed up, and I got signed to the team, and then everything fell through. And then Coach Lynn reached out to me.
What have you done maybe differently or prepared for, since week one?
Oh, yeah. So that was my first game in over 4 years at quarterback. So just that alone kind of woke me up, and, playing them made me realize that I got to do a lot more movement. I can't just stand there. I got to, move up in the pocket or scramble. So practice last week, I worked on that, throwing on the run, and just pretty much keep my feet moving the whole time.
Now, the difference between 11-man football, which is what you probably played in high school and college, playing like this season 8-man football, how have you adapted to make that happen?
Well, we've been practicing for the last year now. With the Bluejackets, so just really getting used to the small field, and I'm a bigger quarterback, so making the throws really isn't a problem. I have a stronger arm even on the a full field. So now that it's the field a quarter of the size, just getting used to a lot shorter throws, and not having to really no such thing as a long ball, because we didn't get the ball on our own, 5 or 10 too often during that last game. So most of the throws are going to be, 20 yards or under, and letting the receivers kind of do most of the work. So just kind of getting used to that, a lot quicker throws. And like I said,
if you've had the coronavirus, you've got a lot of fight in you.
And you're in a special position to help us fight back.
The plasma in your blood can literally save lives.
But we need to act fast.
Please donate plasma now.
Please donate.
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 Donate now.
You fought for your life. Now, let's take the fight to COVID-19. Go to thefightisinuS.org to find out how to donate.
no one with him right now. He's wide open, still going, end zone, and he should be touchdown Jackets. We have a throwing handoff formation. Gateway's there, and that will remain. Got a down interception, and Gateway will get the ball back. Quarterback keeper, he's going to walk in the end zone. He's loved with the touchdown. Pass around here. Same dial 3 times. In the meantime, that pass is complete, and that will be walked in for a touchdown. Conversion. iPad. We're going to have he's going to get free, and he's gone. Wide open touchdown, 56 points for the Jackets. Throw it, toss, no one around, and still 4 points for the Jackets. So thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting whatever team you support there.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. Victory. Fumble. Repeat. It always came back.
Okay, here we go, throw it!
Yeah. You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Nice.
And I'm with Charles Henry. He is the new defensive coordinator and assistant coach and various other coaching roles for the team. So can you tell us about your background a little bit there that you have with football?
Oh, man, I didn't play Little League, of course, growing up. They had weight restrictions, and my mom wouldn't allow me to play up 2 age groups. So I missed out on that. But I was able to be a part of the Hazelwood East High School 95 championship team, state champs. We had a bunch of athletes on there. A couple guys went pro. Nice, great coaching staff. About maybe 8, 9 years later, I didn't go to college, no college experience. 8, 9 years later, I ended up playing semi-pro. I was looking at a newspaper, found the ad for the St. Charles County Cyclones. And that was 2004. Ended up playing about 10 seasons for them. Got about 4 championships out of them. And I started journeying around playing for a couple other teams, which is where I met a lot of these other football players and coaches and referees like the great Coach Lynn Hart. Been a nice long ride. Went to a couple of championships, lost a couple, played a little arena ball for the River City Raiders and the St. Louis Attack. And now here we are at the Bluejackets, trying to make a championship run.
And with, obviously, you can see the weather here is very nice, but the temperatures are cooling down also, which is unusually cool for this year, but it's making for some great games. So kind of how does that affect you guys, and how does that change kind of the plan from 100-degree days to, say, 80-degree games and things of that nature?
Well, everything's been crazy with this COVID, so the weather is, we'll take whatever we can get. It's always nice to play with a nice, cool background, nice cool weather. For I don't know what time our game is going to be up in Nebraska. I'm sure it's probably not as warm as it is down here. I don't know the weather report for Nebraska, but practice goes on as usual. Rain, sleet, snow, hail, and it might do all in St. Louis and all in one day. You never know, you know.
And also, I believe you have been a part of a couple championship semi-pro teams in the past year.
Oh yeah, I left the Cyclones when they won their 5th. I got 4 with them. I left for 1 year and came back like 2 years later to try to get us another one. It didn't work out, but we always competed and always made the playoffs. I like to try to build. I'm good at building. I don't really try to join up with the winning team. Of course, I've been on winning teams, but whenever a new team pops up, I try to show the new guys what football is about. I want to say I'm retired, but there's really no real retirement in semi-pro or arena or indoor, whatever you want to call it. But I'm just getting a little too old to get out there. Nobody really, I guess, shook the sugar cube in front of the donkey enough to get him off the couch. You know, I want to play, but then again, I know better. My knees are getting older. My kids are getting older. You know, it just ain't worth it. When I get a championship on the sideline, it means almost as much. I want to give back and give somebody else a championship feeling that I had so many times.
Now, coming from obviously me being a cross country and track coach as well as basketball and football in the past, kind of how do you convey to some of these younger kids out of college or, just out of high school, that experience to them?
You got to kind of understand where everybody comes from. Everybody haven't been fortunate enough to win, and losing can be almost as good as winning. Just to be able to play the game nowadays, with sports not being in everybody's neighborhood or in your city, everybody can't play sports. So participation, whoever thought that participation would mean so much, but sometimes people just want to have a little fun or release a little stress, burn off a little calories. Sometimes that's almost as good as winning, but nowadays just playing the game is good enough for some of these guys.
Now, obviously, like youth sports, some of them are going on, but especially in the St. Louis area right now, there's really nothing that's going on with high school and things like that. Kind of what's something that you can pass on to the parents of those kids that, may miss an entire season or, not be able to play till next year?
Just keep working on your craft, whatever it is. Try to translate that over to indoors. If you can do some sit-ups, push-ups, maybe work on your technique, in the basement or in the garage or something. Maybe translate some other kind of sport, maybe punching bags or jump rope. Find some other ways to burn off some of that energy and watch film, study your sport, study your opponent. Even if it's not time to play, just study and study other people. Study your own teammates. Watch your own film.
All right. And what would you like to say for the Gateway fans as they get ready to travel to Nebraska, and then the next week they will host Queen City?
Get ready for some football, some fireworks and some football, man. It's going to be a lot of action. We got guys that are ready to bring it. A lot of our guys have been playing and practicing for the last 4 or 5 months. So I'm understanding. I was a little busy back at the beginning of the season, overwhelmed with a lot of stuff that's going on, but we all are right about now. No excuses. We're back at the drawing board, back in the lab, and we should be able to put on a good product.
There's a way to stop the spread of coronavirus. There's a way to protect others. There's a way to keep your family safe. New York figured it out. The answer weighs less than an ounce. It's not a heavy lift. Be New York tough. Mask up, America.
Good here. And I am back. This is Alan Hilliard here. I am back in my studio. My previous segment, I was outside in the nice grass. Coach Lynn Hart, you will see that as you watch the broadcaster. But so the upcoming game here, kind of what have you done to prepare? And you had a pretty good little game scrimmage type thing up there in St. Louis this last week.
Yeah, unfortunately last week we had some confusion with Blueview's Athletic Training Center, so we weren't able to get the lights on when we were supposed to. The game time had changed on several occasions, and I think that might have had something to do with it. But anyway, we appreciate the River City Rampage coming out and competing with us. And like I said, it was a fun time. It was everybody's first time in our home venue. So it was, like I said, it was a good time for us to get out there. Our first opportunity to play at home. Moving on beyond that, this weekend on the road, traveling to Blair, Nebraska, we'll take on the Rough Riders, and another opportunity to go out there, compete, and get better. And that's really what we're trying to do, is just get better week to week. I feel like we did some good things even last week, even though it was just a half of football. We did some good things last week, and we just want to build on that with this road trip this weekend.
Now, last week, I wasn't able to be there due to some travel issues with the local area here, but the Rough Riders, I was at their game down in Springfield, and it didn't go very well for the Rough Riders, but they did show some promise out there. Have you addressed those issues and are ready for the Blair?
Yeah, have had a chance to take a look at a couple of the Blair games, and most of the team has as well. I feel like that they're no different than us, really. We're a first-year programs trying to start up and really, really get going. And one thing I like about them, they got a young, enthusiastic group of guys trying to rally and, send their team in the right direction. And if you take a look at the film, there's some good athletes out there that, that we're going to have to pay attention to and be ready for. So again, for us, it's just a matter of us going out and continuing to get better week to week. And we need to hit the road this week to Blair, and we're going there on a business trip to get a win, and we need to get better in the process.
Okay. And coming up from this week's training so far, what players have you seen and what team improvements have been made?
Well, defensively, we've been relatively sound defensively. Since we started, offense was a little bit ahead because I was an offensive guy and working with them. But defensively, Chris Smith again has still been playing really well for us. But Isaiah Mathis, defensive end, played a little stand-up linebacker for us too. Has really played well the last few weeks. Again, a lot of our guys are shaking off the rust after not playing a season or two. So, and also defensively, we were able to add Derek Hornbostel, and he's from Millikan University in Decatur. He's really helped our defensive line rotation as well, and also Isaiah Holmes. So. Opportunity for those guys to go on the road. As most people know, we field a strong home roster. So sometimes the opportunities for our new guys and our young guys come on the road. If they take advantage of them, it makes us that much better at home.
Okay, and now something that sometimes gets left to the side, but the sponsors, without some of these sponsors, you really couldn't be here having a team right now.
Yeah, we've really been lucky. We're on our third road trip, and this is a longer road trip. And Jed Limousine really came through for us, and they gave us a fair rate, and we're also able to give us a little bit of a sponsorship in the process. So we appreciate that. And then at the end of the day, Swiss Air Heating and Cooling, who Ricky Holloway, on our team, number 22, works. That's the company that he works for during the day. Again, Swiss Air Heating and Cooling. They were really able to come through with a sponsorship late that would help us finalize our trip with Jed Limousine. So, going on a road trip like this, I feel like it's best and safest to have as many of your players and fans together as possible, and that's what we're going to get an opportunity to do this weekend.
And from talking there, apparently, you're playing at Rams Park, and I guess you have the opportunity to be using the former Battlehawks bus to make the trip to Blair. Kind of how is that, for the team?
Well, you got to be connected in this business, and we have some really good connections and people working with us. And like I said, we're one of the few teams right now playing ball in the area. We're lucky. And like I said, we got a great business connection at Jed Limousine, and hopefully us beginning a partnership with them this weekend by completing this deal to take the XFL St. Louis Battlehawks bus to Blair, Nebraska, will give us an opportunity to forge a permanent relationship moving into 2021. So a great connection for myself and our team, our organization over there. And like I said, we just want to keep it moving forward.
Okay. And then as we enter the mid part of the season here, the standings are kind of coming out clear. It's looking like Queen City will be on top at the moment. And then looks like, depends on how this game goes, but this will be for essentially second place right here for you guys.
Having the opportunity to start off with Queen City, play the champs on the road. They're the king of the mountain right now. And, that's kudos to them. Again, we're a first-year team. We're not really thinking about too much now that we're in season. We're just trying to get better week to week, put up a win this week, and then prepare for the next game. So right now, the most important thing to do is to make this road trip a nice, safe, sound road trip, and make sure that when we hop back on that bus in Blair, Nebraska, we're coming back with a win.
All right, and good luck in Nebraska, and I will be back with you in St. Louis 2 weeks from now, and we will talk to you then.
Sounds good. We want to make sure everybody shows up at Rams Park in our City One Rams Way, and again, it'll be Saturday, August 15th, next home game. It'll be the Gateway Bluejackets hosting the Queen City Insane Asylum. Kickoff set for 3 p.m. at Lou Fuse Athletic Training Center.
From the moment we met, it felt like we fit.
Thank you for showing me what unconditional love looks like.
We are better when we are together. My life feels complete with you in it. Oh.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
It took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I ain't never felt so much love before in my life.
Thank you.